Namaste. We will continue with the 60th Sloka in chapter 2. Yatato hyapi kaunteya puruṣasya vipaścitaḥ indriyāṇi pramāthīni haranti prasabhaṁ manaḥ. Yatato hi api kaunteya puruṣasya vipaścitaḥ indriyāṇi pramāthīni haranti prasabhaṁ manaḥ. In the previous sloka, Bhagavan had talked about how a jnani would keep his senses under his control. This is damaha, a sadhana required not only for getting jnanam but also for jnananishta. He then talked about the difference in the sadhana for an ajnani and a jnani. While for an ajnani, he does not really lose the attachment or the taste within himself. A jnani loses the attachment and taste for the objects. In this sloka, Bhagavan explains what happens if the senses are not kept in control. Now let us go into the sloka. Yatato hi api kaunteya. Yatato meaning a person who is doing various sadhanas to obtain the knowledge of the self. Yatato. So a person who is on the path of realization. To such a person who is also a vipaścitaḥ, meaning a well-learned person. For such a person, hey kaunteya. Kaunteya is Kunti putraha. Indriyāṇi pramāthīni. Pramāthīni, turbulent or tormenting. Indriyāṇi, all the senses are tormenting. Haranti prasabhaṁ manaḥ. Therefore, they forcefully take away the mind to the place they desire to go. So, Bhagavan here says that even if a person is striving hard and is well learned, still these senses which are tormenting take away the mind forcefully. So here Bhagavan is actually giving a warning to sadhakas so that they can be careful about it. In Viveka Chudamani, Acharya Shankaracharya writes a sloka like this. Shabdadibhih panchabhireva pancha panchatmama pusvagunena baddāh kuranga matanga patanga meena bringa nara panchabhiranchitah kim. Acharya points out to 5 different animals and how they attain destruction because of one sense. Kuranga. Kuranga is basically a deer. A deer is caught by using sound. Matanga, elephant. An elephant is usually caught by a hunter by keeping a female elephant. Patanga is a firefly. A firefly is attracted to light and hence is destroyed. Meena, fish. It is caught by using a worm and so its taste destroys it. Bringa, a honeybee. A honeybee is attracted to the smell in a flower and can get caught inside the flower. So each of these, basically the deer or the elephant or the firefly or the fish or the bee, were all destroyed just because of one sense. Imagine a man with all the 5 senses. This mind can be compared to that of an elephant. An elephant is very powerful and cannot be subdued by force. Then what's the solution? Patanjali mentions Dirghakala Nairantarya Satkara Sevito Dridabhumihi. Dirghakala, a practice which is for a long time. Nairantarya, without a gap. Satkara, with shraddha, with faith, becomes a strong ground for the sadhaka. Let's take the example of the elephant again. Whenever the mahout takes the elephant through a street where there are shops on both sides with fruits, what does the elephant do? It takes its trunk both sides to fetch the fruits. Now, if the mahout doesn't want the elephant to pick up fruits, he gives a stick in his trunk so that the trunk is steady. Similarly, for the mind, when it is given the stick of mantra, it slowly starts becoming focused. Mantra, the shabdam, means mananat trayate. By remembering, it protects us. Now, there may be a question on what mantra do I choose? Should I get diksha, etc. Initially, to start with, it may not be necessary to obtain diksha. It may be sufficient to take some commonly available mantras and start chanting. And as we proceed, by the divine's grace, a guru may actually initiate us into another mantra. So, what are the some common mantras that can be taken up for chanting to start with? Rama Mantram is the most powerful mantram and also called the Taraka Mantram. Another mantram is that of Lord Shiva, which is Om Namah Shivaya. That of Devi is Om Shri Matre Namaha. Any one of these mantras can be taken up, and a regular practice starts calming the mind. The results will start showing up when we practice it for a period of time. We will continue again with the next sloka later. Dhanyavadaha.